over to Rangers, Paul. Barry Ferguson got a massive win away to Celtic on the weekend. Do you think that puts him in a good position to potentially keep this Rangers job heading into next season?
Listen, I've done it on other shows before. We did it on the Monday Night Club on the BBC, and some of my fellow pundits and co-media workers laughed me out of the park when I said that Barry Ferguson could get the job on a permanent basis, and it was no, it's not a contingency plan. It's not the way forward. Other coaches at this time has got to be used to bring in other coaches of a higher quality, and there's got to be a plan set for Rangers. And I just said, I put in the point. I said, what if he wins the Old Firm and then he's on an open top bus parading the Europa League? And again, was laughed out the park. You look what he's done. He's relit the fire of those Rangers players. He's made them know and made them understand what it's about to wear that shirt, and what it means to wear the blue of Rangers, whether it be at home or in Europe, whatever. They just look like a team that are full of pride and passion, which they haven't done at times under Philippe Clement. The Fenerbahce game, the resilience that they showed at home. The away performance was impressive. I think the home performance was equally as impressive, not football quality, but the way that they dug in and the spirit that they showed. And that way that they dug in and the spirit they showed, they continued that in the Old Firm. Listen, Barry Ferguson would not be on your list for a Rangers manager. Look at his managerial career. Blackpool caretaker, Clyde, Kelty Hearts, Alloa. I think his win rate at Alloa was below 50%, something like that, in the Scottish First Division. All his backroom staff are Rangers people. He's Rangers through and through. I mean, I loved it when he turned up for training this first day in his big orange truck. I mean, that made me chuckle to start with. And you just see that's the pride and passion, what he's got for that football club. And the supporters get him, and he gets the club. Are they going to end up in an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer situation? That's the flip side of that. Look at Manchester United. Look what he did. He came in, did a great job, and then the club almost, their hands were forced to give him the job. And I said this at the beginning, it could end up in that situation. Look at his CV, look at what he's achieved as a manager. Would he even get an interview? Probably not. Look at the opportunity he's been given, look where he's taken the club, look at the way the team are performing, look at the performances between now and the end of the season. Has he put himself in the frame? Absolutely, he's in pole position for the frame. Is it right? That's only for the powers that be at Rangers. The one thing with the takeover there, we know that things are done right. You look at the money that's gone into Leeds United with the 49ers takeover, and you look how long it took them to recruit Daniel Farke. I think it took nearly over 2 months to recruit Daniel Farke. They wanted to get the right man that fitted their system, their mould, the way of playing, their style of football that they wanted. So I don't think it's a decision that the Rangers board will necessarily rush into, but I do think it might be one they could be forced into.
And Pete, the 49ers takeover is due to be complete around May, they believe. What kind of budget will Rangers be working with this summer to bring in new players?
Yeah, like Paul just mentioned there, the 49ers group, we've seen them at Leeds United. I don't think they'll be throwing money at it. They're not that type of group where they'll just throw money and hope for success. They will have a long-term plan of how they can build revenue and obviously give money as well to the management team and the recruitment team to try and improve the Rangers squad as well. I think it's all positive news for Rangers right now. Barry Ferguson's had a good impact since he's replaced Philippe Clement. The paperwork for this takeover with 49ers Enterprises has been filed, so we do expect it to be concluded in May, and obviously that will be a big weight off the shoulders of Rangers, who obviously have been sort of dealing with massive debts recently and obviously haven't been able to spend big money in transfer windows. But I don't think that will change immediately. I think it'll still be a case of sort of being a bit conservative in the transfer windows, not to be spending huge transfer fees as well. The 49ers group will be first and foremost looking to get the management situation sorted out, to be looking to get the finances of the club sorted out, and then after that they'll be maybe looking to back the management team with money. I would say probably budget of around 20 to 25 million pounds for Rangers. Obviously a lot will change if they were to qualify for the Champions League. That would obviously boost the coffers at Ibrox as well. But look, it's positive for Rangers right now because there's been a lot of negativity around the club over the last couple of seasons. So right now I don't think most people at Rangers will be thinking about the money. They'll just be thinking they've got stability coming to the club as well. That's what the 49ers have done at Leeds, because obviously Leeds ended up suffering relegation from the Premier League, which is a big blow. Lost a number of key players, but they are rebuilding, they have rebuilt, and they're looking well placed to win promotion back to the Premier League. So if that's any sign of what they can do at clubs, it's a real positive signal for Rangers that they can turn things around there at Ibrox as well. But I don't think it's going to be a straightforward one where you can throw money at it and things will immediately improve. I think it'll be a long-term sort of strategy that the 49ers have got for Rangers. And again, like most owners at Rangers, they will try and back the owners if they, the management team if they can.
It's a rebuild from the ground up at Rangers, isn't it? I think Patrick Stewart recently said it's not a quick fix going in there immediately sacking the manager. That's like building a house and putting the roof on first. That shows you what work needs to be done at Rangers. I think the biggest thing that they've done is reunite the fans and the football team. That's the biggest thing by appointing Barry Ferguson. I think that's what it was all about. You know, get somebody in who understands the club, understands the fans, immediately get the fans back into Ibrox, get the fans on side and get the players playing with passion. As far as off the field goes, the 49ers, you look at what they've done at Leeds. It's been a very steady, sensible investment, maybe a drip feed, but then there's also been more financial recruitment with Red Bull as well. You know, you bring in the business expertise, you look at the Red Bull product as a global product, not just in football but in all sports. The expertise, the nous that brings to the boardroom. I don't think Rangers could have had a better investor in all honesty, because there's somebody there now with that 49ers group that will rebuild the club from the bottom up, and it'll be structurally sound with the correct investment in the right places. It's not a quick fix, but I think they've got good people at the helm now.